What's up, everybody? Mr. Right here today on another edition of So Excited Podcast. Starting out on a somber note because we had a really tragic loss in our community here, doing game hunting and just stuff on YouTube. Right now, word came out today. Billy from the Game Chasers passed away this evening with brain cancer, and it just it was just pretty sad, y'all. Just right now, just keeping the thoughts and prayers, and y'all, we just want to dedicate this show to him. We're gonna talk about him and stuff. Just I know a lot of y'all probably don't know, or if you do know him, just send love and prayers and thoughts to his family. So we're going to just get like a little moment of silence for him, and before we start the show. All right, guys. Yeah, we're gonna come back from that. Just want to say, guys, live your life the best possible way. Just life is more than games. It's about families, about friendships. It's about just having this right here. This is a outlet that I was happy to have idea to create. God, gave me the idea like, hey, to start a podcast, do something, bring friends and family in. Just have a good time. You just never know when it's your time, or and I even have thinking like that, but as we get older, life happens, life be life, and you just do not know what's comes tomorrow. So stop fussing about these games, about politics, about all this kind of silly stuff, and just live your life. Be happy. Treat people with kindness. If you disagree, that's okay. It's okay to it's okay to disagree, but don't be disagreeable and fight and just. It's a lot right now. It's kind of hit me a little hard too because I'm like, man, I knew him. I went out and saw his movie when it came out right here. Which the right one? If this is StreamYard, there we go. StreamYard acting like StreamYard, but the Adventures in Game Chasing. They had a premiere a couple years ago when it came out, and it was good. It was a really good movie. Him, Billy, and Jay wrote and direct, starred in it. Was a really good movie. Go out and support and go buy. I think it's on Amazon somewhere. I don't know, but I know it's streaming too. But go out and try to go get that. People in the chat, like, yeah, hey man, just rest in peace. Rest in peace, man. Just it's wow. It hit me hard. Hit me hard in depth. People take it just it's anybody want to say anything, feel free before we start the show.
I don't know the guy personally, but obviously he had a really big influence on the hobby and just kind of on the collecting side of things. And it's like, what Steve was saying, it's like, love your people, love yourself. You got to take care of your people, take care of yourself, because you never know when it's your, time. And unfortunately, sometimes it's really, really short. So you try to make every minute count and definitely, try to live your life to the maximum ability. But yeah, may he rest in peace, and may all of the work that he and his friends have done, be a blessing for other people.
Yeah. Anybody else want to say anything?
Yeah, it's I didn't know him personally. Retropalooza, Jay, him kind of doing Retropalooza down here in Dallas. That was actually my first convention, was going to Retropalooza. Zelda, that guy, myself and his wife. That was our first opportunity to go and have the experience. And when I first started collecting, his channel was one of the first channels that I actually came across on YouTube. It felt very professional. The way they were doing it felt like I was watching like one of those Andy specials or Discovery Channel specials over video games, which was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what really sparked, one of the channels that sparked my passion for game collecting. So we lost a good one for sure.
Yeah, we did, and just cancer sucks, man. Go get checked out. You just like I said, you don't know what tomorrow holds. We don't know when God will call us home, and if you believe, and just I always say, man, just treat each other good. don't be getting these petty arguments over video games and stuff. Really, life is more than video games, and just it's sad. But we're gonna try to entertain you guys tonight because we're gonna try to do a lot of stuff. Anybody else got anything to say right now? Megan,
Yeah, I'll be quick on mine. I didn't know Billy personally, but the first time I found out about him and the Game Chasers was around, I would say 2012, 2013, somewhere around that area. And that was back before I started my journey of just collecting games, stuff like that. But to Nessa's point, I always like just their level of professionalism, and you can just tell that they weren't necessarily doing it just for like views and stuff. They had a real camaraderie with one another and the people they were building these relationships with. So you can tell that they weren't doing it just for like monetary things. They were doing it because they had a love and passion just for just games, whether it be retro, modern, or just things in general when it all comes to video games. So that was one of the first channels that I like saw in that type of light, and it helped propel me to what I do nowadays, just for the love of games and things like that, especially when it comes to retro games and collecting. And of course, chasing at the right price, that was their show. So that's always going to live in infamy. And I will definitely say, when it comes to a lot of this stuff, like video games, any type of hobby stuff you like, I mean, they're hobbies, but they bring a lot of joy and love to our life, but we can't necessarily make our lives revolve around these. They're just a part of who makes us, but that's not who we all are. So life is a lot bigger than things like that. So condolences goes out to Billy and his friends, family, everybody connected to him. And yeah, we lost a real one, but hey, that YouTube channel will always be around. So if you ever guys feel nostalgic or just want to go back and watch some real ones to get down to it, to like the start of like video game collecting, hey, no other better channel than the Game Chasers, man. So that's it. That's forever gonna live on. So God bless them.
Yeah, man. If y'all haven't gone to the channel, if you haven't seen them, go out and check it out. And right here, we're gonna put it up on the screen real quick. The Game Chasers, they got a long history of games and stuff, and StreamYard's being StreamYard again. But we got Billy up on the screen again. But go out and watch the Game Chasers, guys. It's amazing channel. They did so much for this community, and like I said, man, it's hard, but we're gonna try to entertain you tonight, and let's just get to some fun.
Yeah, so, man, he wouldn't want us to sit around, move around. So I mean, I can tell that just by watching him, man. He didn't want us to be depressed forever. So
yeah, man. So God bless. Shout out to his family and friends and his fans.
The show is commemorate his life and legacy. So let's get it popping, people.
Yes, let's do it, man. So we gotta talk about video game prices. Video game prices been getting out of control. I've been seeing people talk a lot of stuff, especially like Nintendo and that Super Mario stuff. But it's the number one seller, and they got games on Switch and Switch 1 and Switch 2, and there's a lot of stuff. We'll cover some things tonight, some fun stuff. I think just to light the mood, we got to talk about this first because Mega and Mega was talking about this earlier. Your boy Randy, what's it, Randy?
Randy Pitchford.
I want to say Pitchfork. I don't know why I said Pitchfork. Well,
I mean, he definitely had the pitchfork out this last week or so. So I mean, that's all right.
About right. He's a CEO of was he CEO of what is it?
CEO of Gearbox.
So, Gearbox. Yeah. Okay, making sure. I was about to say Borderlands, but anyway, head director Borderlands, all that stuff. Well, if y'all saw on the channel, I'll put it for members on it now. But I went to the Borderlands 4 release party here in Dallas. It was pretty fun. It was really lit. A lot of people here loving it and stuff. But then they released Borderlands 4. And when he said on stage, he would say, like, if you got a problem with this, all that kind of stuff, like, you come talk to me, you got all this kind of stuff. Well, a lot of people came to talk to him about how bad the performance of the game was. Now, I am not a Borderlands fan. I played the first one and just tapped out on the second one. I was okay. It was cool. A little longer the two. The movie wasn't all that great either. So I'm not a big Borderlands fan. But a lot of people are. And the fans are told Randy that, hey, man, you got a little problem for your games. And Mega, why don't you just go ahead and just talk about it? I
I
know.
was about to say,
Yeah, but
I was about to say that. Do you want to go first, Alex? Because he has
No, I'm gonna
because
chime in at the end because you're bringing the heat. So
yeah, niggas about
yeah,
to bring
this
it,
is
okay,
y'all.
you.
So if
okay,
anything to bring us up, niggas finna bring us up. So here we go.
okay. Now I was just compiling some of the tweets here. I'm not gonna read no much of anything, but I pretty much to summarize them. I mean, they're all over his Twitter X timeline, so people can see them. But last week, Borderlands 4 came out. I'm not sure people live on the rock or whatnot, but the game's been getting a lot of good press and reviews. The good Dr. Alex, he played it, loves it. One of my best friends, he actually got it over the weekend and beat it by day 2 of having it. So that's just a testament
God
to show.
dang.
Yeah, I
How
was
did he
like,
beat it?
yeah, he beat it within about 2 or 3 days. He
How
got
did
it
he
the
beat
day
it
it
in 2 or
came
3
out.
days?
Yeah, and he told me he
dang.
clocked in around 42 hours. So he literally no life the game in about a weekend.
Yeah, I was
Wow.
gonna
I was
say
like,
that's
so I,
40 plus hours that he
yes,
definitely. Wow,
I was like, damn, bro, can it be me? But hey,
that's how you get
congratulations.
kidney failure.
I know, right? But no, I say all that to preface that the overall reception of the game has been very good, especially when you compare it to the likes of Borderlands 3. It stands above Borderlands 3 in every single way. But the good man Randy Pitchford himself, the good fellow, the CEO of Gearbox Software, didn't see it that way, and there was a couple of issues that happened over the past I would say week or so, mainly dealing with the PC version. So as I said before, the game was getting good reviews, has a Metacritic score of like 84, 85, something like that. So relatively, by all metrics, it succeeded in all those, right? I think it had a Steam player account around 300,000, maybe a little more, but it's Borderlands, so I would not be surprised if it has probably 500,000 or more than that in terms of players and stuff. So it's success, right? Yep. Well, there was some people on the PC side who was saying, "Hey, Randy." Well, they weren't saying Randy. They was saying, "Hey, just in general, hey, this game is everything I wanted to be. It stands above what Borderlands 3 offered, and it's close to what Borderlands 2 is in quality. I'm having some issues on the PC front. Every time I go to a certain area or I shoot certain enemies, my frame rate goes from like 60 to 80 down to like 10 or 15. In some cases, I can't even complete the game because when I'm shooting certain enemies, they are giving God mode just by me just shooting them a few times, and I'm not sure what's going on in the game's coding. So, hey, I love the game, but hey, can you fix this? Gearbox Software, Randy, somebody." That's pretty much the general sentiment of people playing Borderlands 4, mainly from PC. I had to preference that again. Like, just keep that in mind. It's the PC version that's really having these issues. Okay. So, Randy looks at this and says, I'm paraphrasing what he basically says, and he's like, Borderlands 4 is a premium game for premium gamers, all right? And we all have to come to a certain degree when it comes to like our hardware that we can't be running these games trying to do X, Y, and Z on 4 to 5 year old hardware, something along those lines, right? Mainly talking about people with GPUs. And it was even get to a certain point where he was saying, "Hey, our game is it's fine-tuned, properly. So if anybody's having a problem, that does mainly sound like a you issue, because it's good over here at Gearbox. We think it's good. You might want to turn down, or turn off like you might want to turn on. I'm sorry, DLSS and generate like some fake frames, as some people call it, because people just want to actually play the game to what their system specs. So if somebody has like a 4080, a 4090, even 50 series, I mean, they should be able to play at the highest standards, right? But that wasn't the appeared that wasn't the issue that was going on here. So Randy took a big fit with that, and he was having a back and forth with a lot of people within the industry, not industry, but a lot of people who bought the game. So a lot of fandom stuff, right? Nobody's really complaining about the game is bad or anything like that. I told you guys before, it's standing above Borderlands 3 and it's doing better than even some Borderlands 2, what that did when it first came out. So the main issue is just how the game's programmed, right? Or just how the game is functioning, how it runs, mainly dealing with the frame rate. So he's going this back and forth, and it's honestly, the way I was seeing it is like he's coming across as like some type of prepubescent child who just had like his favorite toy taken away, and now he just over there just he's making everything worse. He's making everything. Oh wait, somebody got super chat. So you're gonna read that, Steve?
Oh, you want to stop? Okay, hold on.
You're gonna stop, yeah.
Hold on. I mean, hey, hold on.
Go ahead and get that brother out the way.
Thank you for the super chat. He just stopped in the middle of the super chat. So if you first time,
hey, I pay respects to the donators, man. That's how it goes around there.
Anytime you read a super chat, our boy A Omega will give you a proper and a hilarious shout out. So Bonzilla Arcade with the father and the MC Hammer cartoon picture. I love it. So glad it's Thursday. My favorite podcast is on. Boom with the fist. All right. So here we go.
Oh yeah. Back here again, people. You already know what time it is. Hey, shout out to Bonzil Arcade for the 5 ducats. Appreciate you. Hey, like the good brother Steve said, the Hammer cartoon, you already know what time it is. But when the Hammer Man comes around. But with all due respect, hey, look, that $5. Hey, look, we over here at the Soul Excited Podcast. We will never tell you that if you don't like it, go somewhere else and watch another podcast. Or like a certain CEO
Oh
of
my
a
God.
certain company that starts with a box. Can you dig it? Yeah. Show your eye.
Oh Lord.
Oh my goodness, this guy.
Oh Lord. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Oh, man, he's going back, going in. That kind of broke it up. So